Thank you.
Welcome. Me tablet. Me tablet.
What do you say?
One tablet, please.
One tablet, please. Good job. Incorrect password. You locked us out. 1 second. Um, I am angry.
Angry?
Yeah. I'm talking to my friends. Um, Sometimes it's not easy to just hear something, know it to be true, or know it to be probable, or know it to be possible, and then just jump ahead to what your next move may be or what the next move might not be. It's not that easy. Um, right now, I'm finding that a lot of comments and input and whatnot seem to be good intentioned, well intentioned, as positive and as loving as people know how to be. I have not gotten any negative comments, any. However, I do see that my feelings and or my now venting is a bit maybe abrasive for people, maybe a little bit inciting, maybe a little bit brash, but this is just my truth. And it's my experience. It is difficult to talk about things that have happened to someone. It is difficult to say, I need to change that. It is difficult to talk about what has happened to me and what my experience has been without it making other people feel a certain way. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because I can't be responsible for what happened to me and how it sounds or looks or makes you feel. If you have been ever connected to me in any sort of way and my pain is registering with you, that is something that means a lot to me. However, I cannot change the fact that I feel how I feel and what happened to me happened to me. Who and what entities played a role in my life at different points. Um, I can't I can't pretend like it ain't there. I can't pretend like my truth ain't what my truth is. Um, I am angry. I am resentful. I am trying not to be regretful. But as my RE said, let it out. Say how you're feeling. Tell me what you're thinking right now. Let it all out. And that's what I'm doing. And I can't do it and let everybody else be comfortable. Um, I have not received not one negative, insensitive comment from anyone. And I am appreciative of that. But again, I want to vent. I want to say what I want to say. I want to say what I've never said. I want to say what I now understand. I want to express every single thing because hiding and keeping things to myself and not saying things and not expressing myself and getting it off my chest has never done anything for me. Not one benefit has come from keeping secrets, keeping thoughts, hiding facts. It ain't paid nothing. And I trust myself not to be reckless. So I'm going to say what I want to say. I trust myself not to offend anyone intentionally to place harm. So I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to feel how I'm going to feel. I'm going to process this because I owe no one nothing. And even if I thought I did, if I thought I owed someone some dignity or protection, that's now over. I owe myself my own dignity. I owe myself my own protection. And a form of protection right now is for me to get out things that I was subjected to and things that happened to me that I thought that what was religion was and following my church was, and I no longer accept it. No longer. Yesterday changed my life. It changed my perspective. And someone asked me, well, is it the end of the world? It's the end of that world. It's the end of the world where I wanted to have my own child, where I wanted to give birth, where I wanted to be in a marriage, but that did not happen. So at this point, I'm at a point where we don't really know if I can still use my eggs, but I'm going to still try. I'm not going to stop, and I'm not going to give up. I'm continuing to take my medication in hopes that these follicles will grow. If they don't, then I will move on, and I will start working on something else. But I'm devastated, and I'm not going to choke on the devastation to end up grieving it later and figuring out what's wrong with me, that I never processed this. So I just let me be me. Just let me speak. Let me say what I want to say, because this is where the whole problem comes from. No one is talking. Everyone's keeping their dirty laundry inside, and no one's talking about issues and health and matters. And I am a grown woman. I take ownership of me. I take ownership of things that, I need to learn, or something that I should have done, or whatever. But let me just stop explaining myself and justify what I'm saying. I have an issue with my mother. My mother denied me information about her health. I asked my mother a few years ago, hey, I'm here getting a mammogram and they're asking me some questions I happen not to know. Is there anything I need to know? Have you ever, what they need to know that for? What they need to know about me for? Okay, because I'm here getting a mammogram, I'm filling out this form. There are questions on this form that I need to answer. Do you have XYZ, blah, blah, blah? No. I'm like, okay, was there anything else I need to know? No. They don't need to know my business. Okay, well, I'm asking because I'm looking at a form. I'm filling out a form. This form is asking me specific questions. Have you ever had this? Have you ever had that? Have you ever had this? Have you ever had that? Deny, deny, deny. There was a point in time where I had some other forms I was filling out, and she had the opportunity to tell me some information, and she didn't. Well, here I am. I was 44 at the time. This was back in, I think, March or April. And I had several questions on this questionnaire and on this consent and release form. And I says, hey, at this point I'm looking at some surgery. I think I had just had the surgery, or I was about to have the surgery. I was about to have the hysteroscopy. And several questions. I says, I've got several questions. Can you please call? Me and my mother don't talk on the phone. It's not something I enjoy, but it's just how our relationship is. It's estranged. She calls me very dry, very cold, very, let's get this over with. Okay, I have a series of questions. So I'm asking her all these questions, and they're very pinpointed. They're very direct. She now tells me that she's always had an issue with her cycle. She's just now telling me that she had issues with fibroids or polyps or cysts. She's just now telling me that her cycle has always been problematic and irregular. I asked her this 3 years ago. I asked her this 5 years ago. And at no point in time did she ever say, well, Kim, you might want to watch out for this. You might want to think about that. Nothing. It was not volunteered. It was never suggested. It was just never matter of factly. And then when I asked at specific points in time in my adult life, I was told that it was none of my business what her business was. So, for those of you who thinking that now I'm angry and I'm mad and I'm bitter and I want to go start out just, venting and blaming other people, you're damn right I got somebody to blame. You're damn right. That's just a simple and plain fact. I have every right to be angry. I have every right to assert my feelings and express everything that is on my mind and heart. And the problem is people who don't come forward and are forthcoming to say what the problems and what the issues and what the matters are. We want to hide behind a rug, we want to hide behind a curtain, and we want to hide behind a front door that lets our address appear to be that we have a happy home when it's not happy. When there's rape, molestation, incest, and all kinds of dirty, drug, nasty secrets going on. That's part of the problem. If we speak up, at least amongst each other, and let each other know what is going on in our own families, then maybe people will have more choices. Don't take someone's choices away. Pride and egos and all of that crap, it just ain't worth it. It's simply not worth it. I will deal with my life. I will be great regardless. And I'm going to press and I'm going to move on. But it doesn't mean that I'm not hurting or that I'm not mad or that I don't have feelings. Just because I still have options doesn't mean someone's going to make me shove my devastation back down my throat and jump to the fact that, oh, well, you still have options. Yeah, I do have options, but I'm also human. And there's also some playing parts and players to this that could have been mitigated, that could have been eliminated, and that I just could have had more information. Information and choices is all I'm saying. That's it. So either ride with me and flow with me, or govern yourself accordingly, because that's what I'm doing. I'm governing myself accordingly. And I am not going to shove my feelings down my throat. I'm not going to do it. I simply am not. I don't want to be on no medication trying to keep my mind together and trying to keep myself in the right mental frame. I don't want to do that. I don't. I will speak my mind, I will say how I feel, and I'm not doing any of that to make sure that someone else is comfortable. I've done that long enough.